A girl employed by the Federal Ministry of Health. Keep in mind,
a child died before the father. You, the father, is saying, leave it as 26-year-old. They're telling Nigerians, we know what is happening here.
So, Barrister, why is a 7 minister still walking the streets free after a murdered victim was found in his home naked?
The hospital that employed this young girl is a federal medical center.
So I tell the Nigerians that don't worry. This is how much we have sold our conscience. What?
I'm very, very dangerous now. Let nobody follow me. Because it's very dangerous. I think so.
Yeah, because he's a minister now.
No.
It's either the man has sold his conscience or is under duress, because I cannot believe that a father will say that.
I've been amid the Chris. This young lady, Mary Habila, employed by government to work in a government hospital.
My capacity is like 10 times when I was governor.
His daughter of 26 years leave it. Is dead. That they should leave it.
Are you a minister?
Are ministers, do they have immunity?
Esther. Hey.
No, I want to ask, why do people that have immunity?
Immunity is the lesser word, though.
There's ongoing protests in Abuja. Engineers who allegedly disappeared in Ebonyi during the time the current Minister of Works, who was former governor of Ebonyi State, that's engineer David Umahi, was governor in Ebonyi.
I don't have much to say because I'm not in the states. I'm the rightful state of mind to speak more about her death because it's...
And if the Nigeria obey this man, know that there is a problem.
Hello guys, welcome back to Shakafe. You see this story of David Umahi. In my previous video, and I said that the more you look at this case of Mary Habila, the girl that was found dead in the home of David Umahi, the more you begin to ask questions, because you feel that there is a lot that is being kept or hidden in the secret. A good example of that is this video I want us to watch. That is the video of Idris, where he tried to explain the circumstances surrounding the death of Mary Habila. And I guess after watching that video, you will come back here and ask a separate question that you haven't asked or thought of before now. So without not taking you guys time, if you are new to my channel, before we watch that video, please, if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, click on the bell icon so that whenever I drop any latest update, you will be notified. Thank you very much.
A girl employed by the Federal Ministry of Health. Keep in mind, the hospital that employed this young girl is a federal medical center. It's a federal hospital. And this girl is supposed to be working in that federal hospital, taking care of Nigerians who are sick. Some people say she's a physiotherapist. Some people say she's a nurse. But let us even agree, she's a medical practitioner. That covers it. Whether she's a physio or she's a nurse, doesn't matter. She's a medical practitioner whose job is to take care of the health concerns of Nigerians, having been employed by a Federal Ministry of Health. She's supposed to be deployed to an hospital to take care of Nigerians. How is it possible that a lady who was employed by a federal ministry to take care of Nigerians is now seconded to a Federal Ministry of Works? Is Federal Ministry of Work a health agency? And then on top of that, she's now further seconded to the home of the Minister of Works. So right from the get-go, it is problematic that somebody employed and paid with taxpayers' money is seconded to the home of a Minister of Works. I've been amid the Chris. This young lady, Mary Habila, employed by government to work in a government hospital, is then seconded to a non-medical ministry. And from that non-medical ministry, she's now further seconded to the home of a federal minister. Why? Is the federal minister not entitled to medical allowances as part of his emolument as a minister? If he is entitled to federal allowances as part of his emolument, Why does he need a government nurse or a government physiotherapist to serve him in personal capacity? Does that in itself not already constitute gross abuse of office? Something that a girl that is meant to serve the Nigerian public, a girl that is meant to attend to the health needs of the Nigerian public, now becomes your personal nurse. How? That is leg one. Leg two.
I know the first question that will be in your mind that you'll be thinking of now is, if this girl was working for a federal hospital, how did she end up in David Umahi's house? How did she now become a personal physiotherapist of David Umahi? How did she now become being at the same time a federal nurse and also David Umahi hospital nurse? Because as it was said, even by David Umahi, and this girl who claimed to be the friend of Mary Habila, in this interview where she was asked, she claimed to be the physiotherapist, not Mary Habila. That Mary Habila was the nurse and they worked for David Umahi hospital. So who is lying? So let's watch our interview, then we'll come back.
Colleague of late Mary Habila.
Okay, what are I want to say about her death, because you learned that she shared the same apartment.
Her death is so unfortunate and it's so sudden, and it's so surprising that the thing is going viral everywhere. And I don't have much to say because I'm not in the states. I'm the rightful state of mind to speak more about her death because it's a very great loss to me. So her death has been a very great loss to me, as being a close person to her. So that's just it. I don't have much to say about it.
There were reports that people were transported in a coach. So how will you describe, how will you react?
We were not transported in the coach. We are colleagues. I've been working for a very long time now. So we're not transported anywhere. We have been working under the minister. She's a nurse.
How did that come about?
She's a nurse. Why the news has been spreading around that she's a physiotherapy. I'm the physiotherapy here. She's a nurse. So we do not transport from anywhere to anywhere. We have been working under the minister for so long, over 3 years, and I've been working also in the Federal University of David Umahi, which is in Uburu. So that is all I can say for now. Sorry.
What's the name again?
My name is Anita Baki.
Anita
Baki, yes.
Members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Barrister K.A. Yusuf, and I am here on behalf and on the instructions of the family of late Mary Habila, who died on the 27th day of June.
Thank you very much for watching that interview. But before we go further, guys, please, if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, click on the bell icon so that whenever I drop any latest update, you will be notified. Thank you very much. So now, let's continue with the remaining part. So in that interview, she was asked, you and I thought you guys were roommates, third friend. She could not even answer that question. Her answer was that, I'm not in the right state of mind now to answer such a question, blah, blah, blah. And where both of you take it together, she said no. And she said she was actually the physiotherapist, not Mary Habila. So how did that statement came first that people assume her to be the physiotherapist? And it was first stated by David Umahi, if we are to be correct. So to go further, I have to make it clear. David Umahi, I'm not saying you have and or you have and in the death of Mary Habila. That is not my statement here. But I'm just trying to ask questions, which I believe many Nigerians are begging for answer to these questions. So now let's continue. There is this interview I want us to watch. That was between Objective Media and a wife of one of the missing engineer of NELA. Even to this very moment, they still don't have answers to the whereabouts of their loved one. Let's watch that interview.
There's ongoing protests in Abuja. Engineers who allegedly disappeared in Ebonyi during the time the Prime Minister of Works, who was former governor of Ebonyi State, that's engineer David Umahi, was governor in Ebonyi. But there's somebody who couldn't join the protest, so I'm catching up with her somewhere in Lagos, and we just want to hear a story because it's actually really touching.
I'm Mrs. Patricia Onyeme, the wife of the lead engineer of Nelan Consultants. The name of my husband is Nelson Onyeme, the lead engineer. He led the other engineers to Abakaliki on the 3rd of November when they disappeared. I can't be in Abuja with two people. For some time now, I've been hiding away. I've been squatting from place to place. I've been fearing for my life. I've not been comfortable. It has been a hard life since I lost my husband.
Are there threats to you as well?
Of course, you know Umahi is a very dangerous person. And I thank God that he confirmed it. He said he was dangerous then, but that he is more dangerous now. So I'm fearing for my life.
I'm very, very dangerous now. Let nobody follow me. Because it's very dangerous. I think so. You hear me, so? That's so.
A very dangerous person.
I don't feel comfortable at all. That's why, in fact, I had wanted to be in that protest. But I decided, I was advised to stay back. I can never forget it. While he was preparing for the trip, on the 2nd of November 2021, he opened up. And then told me that Mahi told him that he was stubborn. He was stubborn. And that he should step back. The exact words he used was to take a back seat. To take a back seat. He wasn't going to be a part of the project. That the word he said, he was being compelled to sign certificate of satisfactory completion on a job supervised by another contractor. Sign certificate of satisfactory completion on a job supervised by other contractors or engineers. That he should take a back seat. So he said he wasn't going to do it. And that was where the problem started. He told me that he wasn't going to do it, that he wouldn't want to be blacklisted by AFDB, African Development Bank, because the contract was being funded by African Development Bank. He said he wouldn't want to be blacklisted, and nobody would compel him to do that, that it was illegal. So on the 3rd, I told him, Nelson, be careful. Be careful. You need to be careful. He just got up. I can never forget it in my life. I can never forget it. He got up and told me, Patty, nothing is going to happen to me. I'm telling you, I can never forget that moment in my life. He just got up and told me, Patty, nothing is going to happen to me. And something happened to my husband on the 3rd. My husband never came back again. He traveled to Abakaliki and never came back again.
So that was since 2001. To this very moment, no news about them. And the woman made claim that her husband told her that David Umahi asked him to sign a contract that a job has been finished, whereas the job has not even begun. And the man refused because he does not want to be blacklisted by African Development Bank. But at this very moment, the man that refused is missing with other 4 engineers. David Umahi is roaming and is telling the Nigerians, just as this woman said, he's more dangerous. And that is the video where he laid claim that he's more dangerous now. Why will a man be claiming to the world that he's dangerous now than ever, even 5 times more than when he was the governor? Because probably he now has a federal backing. You know, the more you look at David Umahi case, the more you begin to ask questions. Do we really have government, or do we really have any justice in Nigeria? That leads me to tell us to watch this video of Barrister Darlington. In this interview he was doing, and he was asked, why is David Umahi still roaming even after this allegation against him, or somebody unalive in his home?
Barrister, why is a 7 minister still walking the streets free after a murdered victim was found in his home naked?
Yeah, because he's a minister now.
No.
Are you a minister?
Are ministers, do they have immunity?
Esther. Hey.
No, I want to ask, who are the people that have immunity?
Immunity is the lesser word, though.
No, who are the people that have immunity? Do ministers have immunity?
No.
Are they granted immunity?
Esther, state officials in Nigeria are above the law.
Who said so?
You are dragging me to what I don't want to remember.
Why?
Esther, listen and listen well. Listen and listen well, please. It was in this country that an appeal court gave a judgment against a motor park chairman. Appeal court. And the man said he will not obey that court order until Tinubu tells him to do that. Esther, up to today, up to today,
you're saying a motor park chairman.
Up to today, is he not there in Abuja holding court? Being guarded by the police, moving in convoy. That is a non-state actor. And you are here asking me questions, Esther. It's like you don't know how rotten things have gotten to. Esther, you don't know how rotten.
Oh, Barrister, we need to unrotten it.
Really?
We don't have any place to call home.
Okay, go ahead.
And these executives are not up to 2,000.
Okay.
Nigerians are 220 million.
Okay.
And they must clear out the rot in the system.
What did the Lagbaja call it? 200 what?
Please, if you have not gotten your PVC, get your PVC. Make sure you get your PVC.
Oh,
Nigerians, you are the ones who have a voice, and this is the only time your voice can count. Nobody can submit you to something else. You must make them submit to what you want, because they are there to do your bidding. Barrister, we're going to go into another crux.
And you see how that case, even after the interviewer listening and hear, she immediately start pleading that everybody should get their voter's card. The more you keep on digging to know what is really wrong in Nigeria, sometimes you feel like going crazy, kind of, how could this even be possible in a sane society? You see how that interview drifted from the main question to, please guys, we cannot continue to live like this. Go and get your voter's card. Because that is the only chance we have. You see, you guys saw that. I can bet you, she herself did not know when or how she drifted from the interview and started pleading Nigerians to go and vote. That is what this case will turn you into. Because the more you look into some issues, the less you see, you begin to wonder, is this really going on in Nigeria? Do we really want to continue this way? Are we so contented that we will live in such a dictatorship government, so very undemocratic government, that whenever you say something to any government agency or government body, you either get missing, you'll be jailed for life, and nobody will ever be able to release you? That is the case of David Umahi. Just as I said before, David Umahi, I'm not accusing you that you did anything wrong. But there are some cases that is hanging on your head that needs clarification. Because I know you know how to get people missing. So I don't want to be a part of your missing figures or numbers. But now let's continue with the story. I know many of you might be asking, will these people, all these victims, the engineer that is missing, the Mary Habila, and other stories, will they ever get justice? If you are waiting for the government to give us justice, I think we'll wait for the next generation. Because as everything is going on, David Umahi woke up and said that he wants to rename the coastal highway to Tinubu Coastal Road. Why will he wake up all of a sudden and start doing that? The question, the answer, knocked me one side. I wait for you guys on the comment section below. And also, this is also not an indictment on the person of David Umahi. But this is a general topic that the public has interest in. And that is why we are asking this question. And when we also talk about the father saying that he does not want autopsy, it still baffles me till this very moment. And that is the reason I want us to watch this video.
The 26 years old nurse will be died for the resident of the Minister of Works house. Now we see one headline where they say Umahi and police they fight, say make them do autopsy, whereas the father of the girl they talk say make them no do am.
A child died before the father. You, the father, is saying, leave it as 26-year-old. They're telling Nigerians, we know what is happening here. You are telling the Nigerians that don't worry. This is how much we have sold our conscience. One, it's either the man has sold his conscience or he's under duress, because I cannot believe that a father will say that.
No. A right-thinking father.
Yes, thank you. A right-thinking father will say that his daughter of 26 years
leave it.
is dead. That they should leave it. And if the Nigeria obey this man, know that there is a problem.
And I will leave us with this video. And you see the reaction. How will you say your child that you are older than, your child is dying before you, and you say you don't need any investigation? This man might have received money or whatever. I didn't say he received money. It is my opinion. Because it does not make sense. So I leave you guys with this video. Then we'll see again. But before we go, guys, please, if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Click on the bell icon so that whenever I drop any latest update, you will be notified. Thank you very much.